Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we will be covering about the Python list. So what is basically Python list? Python list is nothing but it is as array, the way we use in other programming language like C, C++ or Java. The lists are not homogeneous, means it can contain integers, it can contain other data types, like it can contain characters, it can contain the integers. List can have duplicate elements. The order of the list is preserved. Like you can have the same element multiple times. It will be allotted different address and its order will be preserved. It Lists are basically mutable. Mutable in the sense, when you create a list, after you create the list, you can alter their creation. Means you can add additional elements to the list. They have the index, means it starts with 0 and end with the last index. So let's start with a basic example. This is a list. This is the syntax of how to create the empty list, and you are printing a message initial blank list, and you're saying that you're printing the list. How to print the list? Just pass the list name. Now if I run this example, I see that initial blank list and it is printed empty list. This is the empty list. Now let's take a different example. This is a list which has got strings. What are the elements of this list? First element is palindrome, second element is string, third element is the hello. When you print this list, it prints the palindrome, string, hello. Now run this example and see. After you run this example, you see that the list contains the palindrome, string and hello. Now if I want to print only the first element or second element or third element by providing the index, so how you can do is, you need to just pass the index of the element. 0th index is the first element, and the first index is the second element, third index is the third element, second index is the third element. When you run this program, you will see that list of 0 represents the palindrome and list of 1 represents the string. When you run this code, you'll see that the list of 0 is the palindrome, list of string is the, list of 1 is the second element. Similarly, if you add now we will print the last element of this list. Run this and you will see that the last element hello is printed. Let's say I want to print in a reverse order. Means what you're supposed to do is, you just provide the negative index. -1 in the sense, here it is the hello. It prints the reverse index hello. That is the last element. I'll remove this completely and I run this. When I run this, I see that the list with string, the list of -1 is the last element of the list. Similarly, if I want to print the second last element, then provide the -2 indexing. See, you see that hello, then string. Similarly, -3 is the last third, this one. So -1, -1, -2, -3, it represents the negative indexing, means it refers from the last to the first. Now say if you want to print the list in a reverse order, how to do this? You have to just provide 2 colons and -1 here. It prints the list in completely reverse order. Earlier our list was palindrome, string and hello. Now the list is hello, string, palindrome. Now let's take one more example. Here the list contains only the integer values. The first element is 1, second element is 2 and the last element is 10. This is the syntax of creating the list, and here we are printing the list. If you want to know how to find the length of the list, then just basically provide the length of the list. This is the syntax. It prints the length of the list. Now see, let's run and see this example. When you run this example, it printed the list. What is the content of the list is 1 2 3 4 5 9 10, and the length of this list is 7. Now what we do is we will alter the content of this list. We will add 2 more or 3 more element. Earlier the length was 7. Now it should print the length as 10 after running this example. See what elements we added. After 10 we added 11, 12 and 13. So the final length of the string is 10. Now let's take one more example. This list contains the multiple different types of data types. One is the string and one more is the integer types. So this is the syntax of creating the list. Here what we are doing is we are accessing the first element, that is the 0th index element, and the first index element, second index element, third index element, and the last index element. -1 represent the last index element. When you provide this, it prints the elements from the reverse order, and if you provide only the list name, then it prints the complete list. Now let's run this example and see what would be the content of the output. See, this is the list. It has got palindrome, string, or awesome, 1, 11 and 22. So list containing the multiple values, that is the 0th index is palindrome, first index is string, second index is r, third index is awesome, and the -1, that is the last index is the 22. And how to print the complete list is just by passing the list name. Now let's take one more example. In this example we will talk about multi-dimensional list, that is the list is nested list. A list is nested inside the another list. Here we have a list called, the name of the list is list1, and inside the list we have two lists. One is this list and second list is this list. So this is called the multi-dimensional list or nested list. So how to print the content of the nested list? When you provide 0th index, it prints the first list, complete list. When you provide index number 1, it prints the second complete list. Now let's see, run this example and see whether it prints or not. This is the multi-dimensional list, and what we did is here we printed the complete list, that is the list 1. That's what it printed, the complete multi-dimensional list. And next what we did is list 1 of 0, that is the 0th index, means nested first list complete, reverse of palindrome, this is the list. And list 1 of 1 means it is the second nested list. So this is how the multi-dimensional list can be handled. Now if I want to print the individual elements of the nested list, let's say this is the first list, I want to print each element of this list. How to do? Now here, see, before doing that, if we try to access the non-existing index, here second doesn't exist, this index doesn't exist. If I execute this, it gives an error saying that list index out of range, list 1 of 2, this index doesn't exist in our current example. That's the reason it's throwing an error. Now let's say I want to print each individual elements of the nested list. So just a moment, let me run this example. After running this example, see, elements of the nested list. List 1 of 0 means first list, and again 0 means that is the first element of the nested list. This is the first list, this is the 0th index. Inside this again 0th index is reverse. Similarly, first index is 0 of 1 is off, 0 of 2 is 0 of 2 is palindrome. This is, so you can see that reverse of palindrome is printed. Now let's say if I want to print the second list first element, so what is supposed to do? List 1 of 1, this is the first index, this now it's representing the second list. Inside that 0 means the first element, that is. I hope you guys understood this concept. If you have any doubt, please comment out in the comment section, so I'll try to explain, I'll try to clarify your doubt. Now we will see one more example. In this example we will see how to compute the length of the list. So here we have given one list, the content, the element of the list is 1 2 3 4 up to 200, and what we are doing here is len of list name. So what it does is it prints the length of the list, means how many number of elements it has. Now we will run this example and see. As of now the length is 12, means it has got 12 elements. Now what we do is we will add two more element, that is duplicate of the element. The duplicate of the element order is preserved and the values are also preserved. Earlier the length was 12, now it should print the 14. Now run this example and see the length is 14. As you see that this is mutable list. After their creation also we altered the content of the list and we provided the duplicate of elements also. The order, address, everything is preserved. I hope you understood the list concept. So this is the first video, so there are four more videos that will be covering the other aspects of the list, so please watch other videos as well. And if you have any doubts, please do comment in the comment out section, so I'll try to clarify your doubt. Please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.